video, I'm going to show you how to make some spooky glow-in-the-dark resin eyeballs for all of your Halloween dolls and other creations, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so my resin's all mixed up. Now, what you need to make these, you need a black resin dye. The one I've been using is from Blythe Resin. I like these dyes. I got them from Amazon. I don't know where else to get them. In Canada, it's kind of limited where you can buy some of this stuff. I just bought a new pack of these, so most of them are still sealed up. And it was funny, the first time I went to use these, I kept squeezing them and squeezing them. Nothing would come out because I didn't realize you had to cut the end off. Okay, what else we need to do this is some sparkles. Now, with these guys, you can pretty much use what you have, depending on what colors you have. I did go out and buy some because I didn't have any orange sparkles and I wanted to make Halloween eyes. So I've got some orange sparkles. I did get these at Michael's. Whatever you've got, it really doesn't matter too much as long as it's something you like. This is the one I've got. It was from Recollections, and it's amber. I think these are really pretty. The other one that I got was this one. It's like, I probably would have just used silver, but I don't have any silver, so I used this. It's Magical, again from Recollections. And again, I got these ones at Michael's as well. Something else I really liked, again, Recollections with these little stars. They're so beautiful. And they're so sparkly. Yay! One other thing which I'll use later, these glow-in-the-dark. It's like a glow-in-the-dark powder. Love this stuff. You can mix it with almost anything, and it's very fine, so I find it doesn't tend to settle as much. The thing with the sparkles with resin is when you're mixing them in with a resin that's very liquidy, they tend to settle. Like you see how it's settled, and I was expecting this, so that's how I wanted it to look. If you don't want it to look like that, wait till your resin is set up a little bit and then put it in if you want it to be even all the way through. I don't really care because usually once you have this set in something, you're not going to see it anyways, and all you're going to see is the stuff at the base anyways, or at the front of the eye. So you do it how you wish. That's how I like doing it. So this resin's all mixed up. We're going to put some of it into our little container again because we don't need too much of it. Most of my eye molds are being used right now. So we're going to do these guys. Oops. Gonna get this guy out of the way. And with the larger sparkles, you need a bigger mold. If you try to put a chunky sparkle into a tiny mold, you're just going to have problems. So if you're using a chunky sparkle, try to use a bigger eye mold or use a smaller sparkle. Okay, so we're going to mix up the black again. So we're going to put some, and I said again, because I did actually mix this up once, and then my phone battery died, so I had to charge it, and then when I came back, oops, my resin was too set up to continue, so I'm mixing it up again. Again, when you mix this, make sure it's very mixed, otherwise you're going to get streaky eyes. I think that needs a little more black. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the, whoops, let's try not to whack my camera. We're going to mix in, I just did it again. We're going to mix in some of the sparkles in with this. I think we're going to do the orange ones first. So I just kind of, lack of a better word, eyeball it. You don't want to put too much, but you can adjust it for how sparkly you want them. I think I may have overdone that a little, so let's put a little more resin in there. Okay, and with that we're just going to pour it into the molds. Again, make sure you run your toothpick along the bottom so you don't get bubbles. Bubbles are the enemy. Just going to put a little more in that one. It's got some air bubbles. I'm still kind of fighting with my lighter. I will grab a different one. You want to make sure they're even amounts in them. Just bumping that a little, hoping to get a few more of the air bubbles up to the top. Just give that one more little flame, and that one's done. We're going to set that off to the side to cure. I'm just going to reuse this. It's just got a few orange ones left in there, and I don't really care if it does. So we're going to pour some more resin in there. I think these ones we're going to do with some of the star sparkles. Don't want too many, so putting in about that many. Mix those up. You can put these in the mold first. There's all kinds of ways to do this. This is the way I like to personally do it, but everybody's different. Just gonna move that up a little so you can see it a little better. Okay, and same thing with the other one. You want to use your lighter to pop all the bubbles. Do it a few times before it cures just to get the bubbles out. Bubbles ruin the eyes. got a couple more sets here, and I got a little bit of resin left, so I think we'll do some of these guys, some of the kind of purpley ones. I find that you can't really see the purple once it's once you actually have it in there. And I'm just going to use what's left of my resin here and hope that's enough. And after a while of making these, you get better at guessing how much goes into these molds. After you've done quite a few of them, it makes it a lot easier. It's just experience on some of these things. The more you work on this, the easier it gets. The more you just get used to how much stuff you have to put in each mold and how much you need to pour. And what I do is I usually have, if I have any left over, I have some keychain blanks that I usually use the leftover in and just make kind of funky keychains, but typically I don't really have very much left at the end of this. And if I have enough, I'll make another eye, just something smaller. And there we go. And next we're going to do the irises. Okay, so we're going to unmold our eyes that have now cured. Gorgeous. Just beautiful. They're very, very sparkly and very pretty. Okay, so what we're going to do with these is we're just going to paint the iris with white paint. And while the paint is still damp, we're going to sprinkle some of our glow-in-the-dark powder into each eye. Make sure you get the inside of the bottom of my covered, and I just noticed I missed the spot right there. That's okay, we can go back in and touch it up, and then just make sure we get some of that glow-in-the-dark pigment on there. Okay, next we're going to use our holeless beads and drop one into each eye. I've already done a couple there. Oops. Just like that. Try to make sure they're center, or if you want them off center, you can do that as well. Then we're just going to fill these with our UV resin. I'm going to try not to make bubbles. Bubbles are the enemy. Get our toothpick here and just center those pupils if they need to be. I think we're good. Keep filling these until they're full. Try not to make bubbles. Now we're just going to put these in the cure and see what we've got. So here are your eyes unmolded, still in the light. They're very pretty, just the way they are without glowing, but wait till you see how gorgeous they look when they glow. And here's your finished eyes, glowing, ready for trick-or-treating, ready for your dolls. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.